Fit. Do me a favor, stuck already.
Let me get,
Huh?
Let me get your pair of ankles, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting. Oh,
No, let Fit deal with that.
Yeah, that's it.
Turn around, watch these guys. Let me deal with Fit real quick. Have Rosado come over here.
Ain't got no weapons, man. It's just your bread, right?
Yeah.
Alright, you screwed. Happy bread. You could turn around, bro.
Damn, what's
It's
going on?
it's your ex. I don't know what it is, bro. I'm pretty sure you know what's up. You got a case out of Doral. That's where you stay by? Huh?
Sorry,
Yeah.
You won't believe what just happened with Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He finally spoke out, but it wasn't in some fancy press conference or a boring statement from his lawyer. No, this was real, live, and full of raw emotion. Tank went live on Instagram, and almost 200,000 people tuned in to watch. He was sitting right there in the middle of his huge Baltimore mansion, which looked strangely empty. His eyes were red, and his voice was shaking as he said, "They took everything from me." It was heartbreaking to watch.
Outside the ring, for some reason he gets in trouble. You know, I'm not sure what he's going through, or if he is going through something. Man, we wish him, you know, all the best, and hopefully he gets back on the straight line. You know, we always wish that for fighters, because this is a tough sport. You know, that gets into your psyche and kind of with you. You know, but I think Tank Davis, yeah, he has his whole career ahead of him. I don't really know if he wanted this fight. I don't really know if he wanted an exhibition. I don't think that's in Tank's nature, you know? Yeah, it would have been a great payday. Yeah, it would have been a lot of exposure, but it does nothing to Tank's legacy. And I really do think that Tank cares about his legacy. There's no loss in Gervonta Davis not fighting Jake Paul. Who knows if he's gonna fight ever again? I wish he does. We want to see him against the very best, like he always fights. You know, he's a plus for the sport. I really do wish he gets his. I can't even say life, because I mean, I'm sure his life is together. It's just, you know, maybe he's going through a few things, you know, personally, and he's got to just get them together and move on. Let's go. Let's get the fights, you know, that the fans want to see. Let's make them and give the fight fans, you know, some excitement.
He started talking, and the very first thing he addressed was a fight everyone's been buzzing about: his massive, now-canceled showdown with Jake Paul. This wasn't just any fight. It was supposed to be a colossal event, headlining on Netflix, expected to pull in millions of dollars, and honestly, it might have been the one thing that could have salvaged his entire career. But now it's all gone. It's truly a shocking turn of events for someone who seemed to have it all.
Baltimore native and boxing champ Gervonta "Tank" Davis is sent to jail less than a month after he was ordered to serve 3 months of home detention. He was taken into custody after an impromptu hearing yesterday, and now he will finish his 90-day sentence in the Baltimore City jail. Deputies say Davis violated the terms of his home detention sentence in a 2020 hit-and-run crash. He said his home was too small, so he moved to the Four Seasons Hotel, but did not get permission from the judge. He received his 90-day sentence after pleading guilty in February to a crash that injured 4 people.
He looked directly into the camera, his voice heavy with emotion, and repeated, "They took everything from me, man. Everything." It was a raw, unfiltered statement that sent shivers down your spine. He went on to list what he'd lost: the house, the cars, and now the fight. You could feel the weight of each item he mentioned.
Be 1 foot in, 1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money you got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in the gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say he got 20 million in the bank. he get 5% off of that. So he probably making $500,000 in interest. He not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
Here's the absolute truth, and it's a hard one to swallow. The massive fight everyone was looking forward to wasn't called off because someone got hurt or because the two sides couldn't agree on money. No. The real reason this huge event was canceled was directly because of Tank himself. This isn't just bad luck. It's a direct consequence of his actions, and that's why this whole situation is so much more complicated and heartbreaking. It really makes you wonder what truly went wrong behind the scenes.
I'm curious, Tank, when you walk into the ring, how much you think you'll weigh?
When I walk in the ring?
Yeah.
With or without the ankle monitor on?
I probably, that's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I'll weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh? What are you talking about, fam?
How do you win this fight?
That outfit is trash. For real. That outfit is garbage. And that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a fucking clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name
You
them.
want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the fucking clown, buddy. You're the fucking clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown. I got you a poodle.
Now, okay. Now, since we on this, if I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? If I put my hands on females or anything like that, you know how I mean? Female, like, come on. It will be mad. You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that? But P. Diddy, when things got like that, no, listen. When one female did a charge, it was mad females coming out, right? So if I hit a female, right, wouldn't it be mad other females? Like I ain't been just with one female. Like I'm 30 years old. Like let's be real. I've been with more than one female. Wouldn't mad females come out and say something about me hitting them? No.
Okay.
So, what exactly caused this whole mess? It all links back to his ex-girlfriend, Courtney Russell. Serious accusations started popping up. Allegations of battery, kidnapping, and severe emotional abuse. And let me tell you, once those claims hit the public, things move incredibly fast. Within just 48 hours, Jake Paul's team, the powerful Most Valuable Promotions, wasted no time. They dropped a bombshell announcement. The entire event was off, completely canceled.
Tank Davis, somebody you've had some interaction with on social. What do you make of maybe the lack of discipline or arrest?
Lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. Is that what you want to put it down to?
Yeah.
It's more than lack of discipline.
Yeah.
It's vile. Do you know what I mean? I don't condone that at all in the slightest. So it's not got nothing to do with lack of discipline. It's got everything to do with moral compass. And for me, that's just, it ain't right.
What did they find inside? Well, if the inside sources are to be believed, the situation is incredibly grim. The feds allegedly uncovered illegal gun parts, an unregistered stash of cash totaling nearly $500,000, and perhaps most damning of all, security footage. This footage reportedly showed unknown individuals entering his home late at night in the days leading up to the raid. If even a fraction of these claims are true, this isn't just a bad look for Tank. This isn't just a setback. This is the kind of explosive, deeply troubling evidence that could spell the absolute end of his professional career and land him in serious legal trouble for a very long time. This is a game changer, and not in a good way.
Jake Paul knew what it was when he first signed the fight. This ain't the first time he had battery against a woman. You knew what it was when you first signed the fight. So don't get mad and cuss him out and talk bad about him now. You knew what it was when you signed up for it. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that. I don't talk bad about him either, but don't do the dude like that. No, the dude having a hard time in his life right now. Don't just do him like that. You know what I mean? Because you knew exactly what he was when you signed him to fight the first time. All I gotta say.
When Tank finally tried to address all of this chaos on his emotional live stream, his voice wasn't just shaky. It completely cracked under the pressure. You could hear the raw desperation as he pleaded, They making me out to be some monster, bro. Yeah, I got money. I got cars, but I ain't no criminal. I'm not who they say I am. He was clearly trying to paint a different picture to defend his reputation against a tidal wave of accusations crashing down on him. Interview 8. But beneath that glittering facade of success, the cracks in his life were definitely starting to show long before this current crisis. Back in 2020, he faced a serious legal issue when he was arrested for domestic battery. This incident exploded into public view after a shocking video went viral, clearly showing him grabbing his then-girlfriend by the throat in a very public setting. Then, just last year in 2023, he actually spent 44 days in jail. This wasn't for a minor offense. It was for violating his house arrest, which stemmed from an earlier conviction related to a hit-and-run incident. And now, arriving at the present moment, just this year, he found himself accused of domestic assault once again. This latest accusation, this specific case, is the one that truly shattered everything, breaking open all the existing vulnerabilities and leading to the catastrophic downfall we are witnessing now. It's clear this is a sudden fall, but rather the culmination of a troubled pattern.
These allegations against Gervonta Davis, they're very serious allegations. Anybody that's laying hands on women needs to be shut down straight away. They need to be, for me, they need to be locked up and the key thrown away. You shouldn't touch women. They're not there to be touched and have their hands laid on them. I've got 2 daughters. I've got my wife, my mother. Anybody out there who's close relationship to women knows you do not lay your hands on women ever. Don't touch them. And if you do, you should be prisoned. As simple as that. That's my take on it. It's totally out of it. It's really serious. Tank needs to get a grip and stop doing what he's doing because he's got previous. This is all alleged, don't forget. This is all allegations, so we're not trying to convict anybody here on Frotch on Fighting. We're just pointing out the facts. He's been accused of all the serious allegations from earlier. It's not good enough, and from the fight being made to the weight disparity to Gervonta Davis being a wrong un in terms of these allegations, the whole thing is just an absolute circus.
At the beginning, when the early headlines about his trouble started surfacing, his dedicated fans were incredibly patient and understanding. They would often say things like, "He's still young. He's just going through some things. He'll definitely learn from his mistakes and grow." There was a strong belief that he would eventually mature and get his life on track.
Welcome back. Champion boxer Gervonta "Tank" Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations against.
Even some of the most respected figures in the boxing world, true legends like Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley, started to voice their serious concerns publicly. They openly stated on air that Tank Davis seemed to be battling too many personal demons, and that he was clearly losing his focus outside of the ring. This wasn't just casual chatter. These were powerful statements coming from people who intimately understand the sport.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore? Or not?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something so like, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
When Jake Paul's team made the monumental decision to pull the plug on the fight with Tank, most people immediately jumped to the conclusion that it was purely a moral stand against the domestic abuse allegations. However, those on the inside, the real industry experts, suggest it was actually a sharp business decision as well. See, Jake Paul's entire brand is meticulously built on controversy, but it's a very controlled controversy. He's more than happy to play the villain inside the boxing ring, putting on a show, but he carefully avoids genuine, damaging controversy outside of it. With massive partners like Netflix and a host of corporate sponsors on board, the moment Tank's personal legal troubles escalated from tabloid fodder to serious federal news, that entire multi-million-dollar deal instantly became radioactive.
Yeah, look. I'll just say this, man. Tank Davis got to be the most stupidest boxer ever in the history of boxing, man. And I mean that, I mean that wholeheartedly, for real. Man, $40 million. Think about that. $40 million down the drain. So he calls himself, he's about his money, right? He's about business. Are you truly about business? Are you? Because, dude, like, why are you getting in these sort of altercations, bro? Weeks before the fight, like, come on, man. Like, this has been his MO. That's the issue that I'm having, right? Is that this has been his MO. He's done this the last time. He did the same thing, but the case, I guess, got dropped or whatever. But this is the thing, man. MVP should have had a backup plan, because you got to understand Tank's history, man. You got to understand his habits. Tank hasn't always followed the script. Tank has always been spoiled over there at PBC. Spoiled. Tank usually do whatever the hell he wants. Shows up to meetings late. You know what I mean? Workouts late. He's on his own time. And PBC allowed him to do that. And he think he can take that type of business and bring it over here with Jake Paul. And Jake Paul is saying, like, man, well, this dude's a clown. Like, we got to sell this fight. I heard the fight wasn't really selling like it was supposed to. It wasn't sold out.
It's easy to get caught up in the current drama. But let's take a moment to remember who Gervonta Davis once was. This was the exact same Tank Davis who used to electrify entire arenas, delivering one sensational knockout after another. This was the very fighter that boxing icon Floyd Mayweather himself confidently declared was a future of boxing. That's how incredibly talented and promising he was at one point.
We can debate the top fighter in the world pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, if you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what I want to see.
This leads us to the crucial million-dollar question that everyone in the boxing world and beyond is asking. Can Gervonta Davis really come back from something this devastating? At this very moment, honestly, the outlook is incredibly grim. His major sponsors, who once lined up to endorse him, have completely gone silent. Netflix's legal team has made a very deliberate and noticeable effort to distance themselves from him and the canceled event. And perhaps the most immediate threat to his career, his boxing license itself, could very well be suspended, depending entirely on how these serious legal cases unfold in the coming months. The path back, if there even is one, looks incredibly steep and fraught with immense challenges.
Do you think Floyd did that intentionally?
Yeah, for sure.
Why? After so much time, he helped you come to the game. He gave you the spotlight. Like, why would he try to diminish your career?
Because at that time, I don't want to go too deep into it. It was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter, or the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
Okay.
So that's what made it like.
It's true that the world, and especially the boxing world, absolutely loves a good redemption story. We've seen it happen before, incredible comebacks that capture everyone's imagination. Think about it. Mike Tyson went to prison, served his time, and against all odds, he eventually came back to fight again, reigniting his career. Floyd Mayweather himself faced numerous scandals and controversies throughout his career, but he always managed to rebuild his empire, turning every challenge into a strategic move. Even Canelo Alvarez, another massive global superstar, bounced back from failed drug tests and managed to not only reclaim his reputation, but solidify his status as an icon.
I don't think Tank cares about what it does for the sport. I think, and I get it, like I was very open and honest with my last fight and the things around it. Tried not to be before because I didn't want anyone to, you know, not be excited for what was a good fight on paper, definitely. But when you kind of lose that love for the craft and the discipline, and getting in the ring don't mean as much as it did when you was growing up and on the way up. I've kind of seen that in Tank. Now, he had a hard fight against Lamont Roach Jr. and that might have been a part of it. Like, wow, man, this is getting hard against fighters that I think I'm levels above, and turned out on the night that I wasn't. And not only that, with prize fighters, I hope, for the little people of the world, I hope Jake Paul gets absolutely starched by someone nearly half his size.
So, what exactly happens next in this unfolding saga? Does the FBI's ongoing investigation uncover even more damaging information? Does Jake Paul successfully secure a new, high-profile opponent for his next big event? Or, against all expectations, does Tank Davis manage to pull off the ultimate comeback, defying all his critics and reminding everyone why he's still one of the most dangerous men to ever step into a boxing ring? Only time will truly tell how this dramatic story concludes. But for now, Gervonta Davis isn't making headlines for his knockout power or his victories. Instead, he's trending for heartbreak, for the painful consequences of his mistakes, and for the overwhelming weight of what could have been. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts below in the comments. Do you think Tank Davis is done for good, or do you believe he still has one monumental fight left in him, both inside and outside the ring? Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next video.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that.